Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to share with you all the crochet projects that I have worked on in the last 2 weeks. We went to Gatlinburg, Tennessee for like 4 days last week, so I wasn't able to get this video out, so I have 2 weeks worth of stuff to show you. I didn't crochet much on our little trip. I always bring so much stuff. I did crochet a little bit in the car on the way there and a tiny bit at the hotel, but it wasn't much. So how much I crochet was drastically decreased with, you know, barely crocheting for 4 days. So, but I do still have several things to show you guys. So I hope you're excited to see what I've been working on. So the first thing I want to show you, some of you may have seen this. I showed it in my haul video because I had some yarn in it. But it is the tote bag I've been working on, so I finally got that finished. All patterns will be linked in the description. So I really love the way this turned out. I used comfy cotton blend in several different colorways, as well as a sugar wool cotton, and I held 2 strands together. I adjusted the pattern a little bit. In the pattern, the straps are a little thicker, but I just liked the way that it looked this way, so this is the way that I did it. But it actually is a pretty big bag. It holds quite a bit. In that haul video, I had, I believe it was 8 skeins in here, so yeah. I plan to just use this probably as a project bag or something like that. I have debated giving it to someone, so I may do that as well. But I just really love it. Here's an up close of it, and I can't remember off the top of my head what pattern I followed, but like I said, it'll be linked below. But yeah, I really enjoyed making this. I've only made a couple bags, but I really enjoy it because they're so useful. I love crocheting useful projects, so a lot of fun. I definitely want to do a drawstring bag next. I've never done a bag like that. I've done a messenger bag and now the tote bag. So, and then I've done one other little bag, but yeah, I want to do a drawstring bag next, and maybe a backpack. All right, the next thing I'm going to show you is these are completely finished other than just weaving in the ends. I was asked to make a set of 4 coasters for a gift, so I started on those, and the pattern that I follow is from Pinterest, and she offers several different sizes. So you can use 5-weight yarn, or you can hold 2 strands of a 4-weight, or you can just do 1 strand of a 4-weight cotton. So that's what I always do, and she has 2 sizes for that one. So what I'm going to do is make 2 of each size, so 2 of the bigger, 2 of the smaller. So I'm going to do 2 of these variegated colorway ones, and then 2 of these. Now this one is, I didn't realize till I started on it, it's a lightweight 3 cotton, but I think it's still okay. I do like the look of the 4-weight better because it's tighter, but this will still work perfectly as a coaster. But I just love these. They're such a quick gift. I think I can get one done, especially the smaller size, in about 30 minutes or so. So yeah, I haven't made a coaster in a while, so that was fun. Obviously, I need to make a couple more, and those will be done. And weave in the ends, obviously. The thing most of us all dread. Okay, then the next thing is I showed a couple weeks ago that I am starting on a Minecraft blanket for my kids. And I had done the first square, which was a creeper square. And I had mentioned, if you haven't seen that video, definitely go and check it out. You can see in the thumbnail, it's the one with the little creeper character on it. I posted it 2 weeks ago, today, so 2 Fridays ago. But I had mentioned in that video that, you know, the technique that is used was just new to me. It's something I've never done before. So you carry colors a lot since you're using several different colors of yarn, and you don't want to have to cut every time you change a color. So I didn't do that one too well, but it was a trial run, and I had said I probably wouldn't redo that square, but I think I'm going to probably at the end. I did much better on this square. I really am happy with the way it turned out. So I most likely will redo the other one. But here's that. I haven't weaved in the ends yet, but it's the chicken. So all of these squares are mob head characters in Minecraft. So if you're not sure what that is, you can look it up if you're interested. But the pattern, or the tutorial and pattern, is by Knotting Hook Crochet on YouTube, and she is awesome. She is so kind to release these graphs for this blanket for free. All she asks is that you just watch her videos all the way through, you know, and stuff like that. So thank you so much again for providing that free pattern. It's such an amazing one. I know you put so much work into it, so it's an awesome pattern, and I can't wait to do more of these little squares. It's been so much fun, you know, to do these in the middle of working on other things. So I'm definitely looking forward to doing the next square and getting better at this technique. But I think I did this one so much better. In the last one, you can see the other colors that I used, like in between, if that makes sense. And this one, I, you know, put in the effort to make sure that I am trying to hide those colors as I carry them along. So I really am proud of the way this one turned out. And then the next thing, actually the next two things I want to show you are some new starts, and they are both shawls. So I had mentioned making the mosaic blanket a like campfire shawl type thing. So when I say a campfire blanket or shawl, I just mean like a blanket that is a little bit shorter in height than you normally would have for a typical blanket, but still the same width. That way I can wrap it around me, but it's not dragging on the ground or bulky and getting in my way. Something you can use, you know, on a late spring or summer or early fall night when you're outside just enjoying sitting out by the fire. So, you know, just something that's not going to be in my way, but is going to be, you know, a little bit warm if it's slightly chilly. So a little bit bigger than a typical shawl, I guess, a little bit, you know, bigger this way, if that makes sense. My explaining skills are not that great today, but so yeah, anyway, I had mentioned doing that, and that kind of got me on a kick of shawls. So I've been eyeing this beautiful yarn that was gifted to me by Petra from Petra's Happy Place on YouTube. We found out recently that we live very close together, so that is awesome. But she gifted me some amazing yarn, and this is the Summer Nights yarn from Lion Brand, and I've just been eyeing this. Look how pretty it is. I just love it so much, and I've been wanting to use it. And I've had some Comfy Cotton Blend up here for quite a while that I've been working through, you know, for the tote bag, and so I've just been grabbing that and using it. I really do like it a lot. So I'm using gray. Now I don't have much left on this, so I do have a bit of a dilemma. So let me just go ahead and show you. This is a rectangle shawl, which my plan originally, you know, was to make this, like I said, pretty a good height so that it will, you know, wrap around probably down to the, you know, end of my back to where it fully wraps around my arms and all that. But my problem is I'm running out of this yarn. I'm obviously not very good at making sure I have enough yarn before I start a project. Are any of you guys like that as well? I feel like I'm terrible about that, but I think it's going to be okay because it's definitely not going to be as wide as I would want it to be. So I'm going to go through my other cotton yarns and, you know, just use that. Hopefully it'll still look good. I don't know. I definitely need to get better about, you know, planning ahead before I start something. But I don't really want to order any more yarn, so I'll make it work. Just like with that tote bag, you guys gave me awesome suggestions to add in some other colors and make it striped, and I just like absolutely love the way this worked out. It worked out so much better than I expected. So I'm hoping the same will happen with this one. I'm hoping it won't look crazy, but here is a close-up. And I really, really love the way that the gray and the colorful yarn are looking together. Now this is a 3-weight, I believe, possibly 4. I can't remember, but this is a 1-weight. And I've been really enjoying working with finer yarns, especially pairing them with a thicker yarn. But again, pattern will be linked below, and I just think it's a super pretty pattern. It's a 2-row repeat, and it's a good width whenever I do, well, let me try to do this without getting all tangled. There we go. So it is a good width. You can see that it, you know, wraps around me quite nicely, but now I just need it to be wider or whatever, longer. So yeah, wish me luck on that, guys, that I can find a good color that will match. I'm all tangled up. All right, the life of a crocheter, constantly tangled in yarn. Okay, and then the last thing I have to show you guys is also using the Summer Nights, and is also a shawl. And I know that my friend Shannon from Shannon Talks Yarn is super excited for me to be making this, because she made one not that long ago, made a video about it. You should definitely go check it out. It's a beautiful shawl, but ever since I saw that, I'm like, I have to make that. It looks so intricate and just awesome. So here's another one of these Summer Nights yarn. Now this one is in the color Coastal, or no, Island Breeze. I can't remember the name of the other one at the moment. I don't have the label. I'm bad about keeping labels as well. Just look how pretty that one is. Very coastal looking. I love it. It reminds me actually of my Mamaw, who used to live in Destin, and I don't know why, but it just, these colors remind me of her. So here is what I have so far in the virus shawl. This has been so much fun. It is definitely more intricate than anything I have ever made, and using strictly a one weight is definitely something that I don't do often, but here is what it is looking like so far. And I just love how delicate it looks. I think it is so pretty. And it has that little hint of shimmer in there. And it did take me obviously several rows to get the hang of it. This is like a 4-row repeat. So it took me a little bit to get the hang of it, but once I got the hang of it, it was super easy, and I didn't have to look at the pattern or watch the video or anything anymore. But here's my problem with this one. So in the car, this is one I tried to work on the way to Gatlinburg. And sorry, I had an alarm going off. And yeah. So, shouldn't have taken this one with me. I should have known better. And I thought about it, because I was like, this is probably going to get tangled. It's a one-weight yarn. It's a very delicate yarn. I didn't listen to myself. So, now I'm stuck with this. I don't know if I'm ever going to get this knot out. So, probably what I'm going to do is just cut it. And I know that I have quite a bit here. I don't plan to make a huge shawl, you know. It was more me just kind of playing around with something new, something I've never done, and I will probably gift it. I'm just not a huge, I may wear it as a scarf. I did think about that, like if I went to a wedding or something and had like a, you know, black like cocktail dress with this as like more of a triangle scarf instead of a shawl, I may do that, or I may gift it to somebody. We'll see. But I think I will definitely still have enough yarn. This is quite a bit, being a one weight. It's like 875 yards. So I think this, you know, hopefully this, cutting this bit off will be okay. I might try to untangle all that I can, salvage what I can, and throw away the rest, and hope that I have enough. But anyways, guys, that is what I have worked on in the last 2 weeks. I may have done another row or so on the mosaic blanket, but not much. But I am enjoying working on that still. I haven't picked it up, like I said, much in the last 2 weeks. But if you want to see that, it is shown in my last one of these videos, so you can check that out. But yeah, let me know what you're working on. I'd love to chat with you and see what you're working on. I'm also doing temperature blankets, so I do updates on those on Tuesdays. And yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed watching and seeing what I'm working on. So the verses that I want to read to you today is out of the book of Psalms, and it's chapter 39. This is a Psalm of David, and I relate to David so much. He just has such large emotion, and I love that he wrote the majority of the Psalms, and it's sort of like you're seeing his journal. Like he is writing out his feelings to God, and it is when he's happy, when he's scared, when he's afraid. Well, scared and afraid are the same thing, but when he's, just all the things. He always is just writing to the Lord, and I use Psalms a lot in prayer. I need to do it more often. I used to do it a lot, but Psalms are such a great way to pray. If you really just can't find the words to pray, there's always something you can relate to in the Psalms. And I just love how dramatic David can be at times, because I know I can be dramatic, and I do struggle with emotions sometimes and things like that. So, being ruled by my feelings is something that I have always struggled with, but I am working on it with the Lord's help. So anyway, this is verses 1 through 7, and it says, I said, I will guard my ways that I may not sin with my tongue. I will guard my mouth with a muzzle. So long as the wicked are in my presence, I was mute and silent. I held my peace to no avail, and my distress grew worse. My heart became hot within me. As I mused, the fire burned. Then I spoke with my tongue, O Lord, make me know my end, and what is the measure of my days? Let me know how fleeting I am. Behold, you have made my days a few breaths, and my lifetime is as nothing before you. Surely all mankind stands as a mere breath. Surely a man goes about as a shadow. Surely for nothing they are in turmoil. Man heaps up wealth and does not know who will gather. And now, O Lord, for what do I wait? My hope is in you. And I just really related to that today when I listened to that in my daily reading plan. It just really spoke to me, because you can see David here, that he is like telling himself, I am not gonna, sin. I am not gonna, sin with my words. I'm not gonna say things I shouldn't be saying. And he says that as he continues to be silent, he's just getting more worked up in his heart. And I just relate to that so much. Like, there's so many times that I'm like, I'm not going to do this anymore, and I'm not going to do that anymore. And then I end up doing it. But instead of speaking out, something hateful towards God, he just cries out to God, and he's like, Lord, just help me to know how short my life is. Help me to know that all these things that are bothering me, that get to me, really mean nothing in the end. He said, surely for nothing they are in turmoil. Man heaps up wealth and does not know who will gather. And he says, let me know how fleeting I am, the measure of my days, because we all need to be reminded how short our life actually is, and that all these things that we go through are temporary. That's what I draw from this anyway. Obviously, I'm not a Bible expert by any means. I'm just a girl who wants to know the Lord and wants to understand His Word. And so this is just how I believe it's, interpreted, and I pray that I always handle God's Word with care, and that He always leads me to say what He wants me to say. But I also love that at the last verse I read to you, verse 7, he says, and now, O Lord, for what do I wait? My hope is in you. And he, reaffirms to himself and to the Lord that his hope is in God. That even though life is so temporary, it's so short, there are wicked people that he wants to lash out at. He is declaring that among all that, the Lord is his hope. So again, that's what I gather from that. There is more to that psalm if you'd like to go and read it. It's Psalm 39. But yeah, it just really spoke to me today. So I wanted to share that one. So anyways, guys, I really pray that you have an amazing rest of your day. We're about to go do our taxes, so fun stuff. I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone who has donated to buy me a coffee. It means so much to me, like you have no idea. It is just so kind of all of you. I thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you to every single person who comments, likes, subscribes, watches my videos. It all helps. Your support means so much to me. I love how God has given me new relationships through this YouTube channel. It's been like my favorite thing to kind of get to know some of you, and it's just such a blessing. So anyways, better go get in the car and head out to file my taxes. I pray you guys have a great day. May God bless you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.